And we're live. I want to thank everyone for participating in the Halloween and getting dude up last week, and everyone that participated on the side or watched it later on the weekend. A lot of people watched that one, so I want to thank everybody. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Andy?
I had a good time, but I'm still not living it down again.
Well, you were lucky you didn't put on makeup. I had a nightmare that night.
Nah, I'm not doing a makeup routine. That's not what I do.
Yeah, I took a little more than a prison shower that night. I really had to scrub good, so no one just hosed me down.
Yeah, that's
Not that that's ever happened. Well, at least we won't. Yeah. No. Okay, and then the other thing I want to say is congratulations to Six Shooter Texan and Georgia Boy for winning on Taco's Q-Tip Challenge. Six Shooter Texan got first prize, first pick. He did the air rifle, which is really nice and expensive. And then Georgia Boy was third to pick, and he got that really nice Hullison red dot. Son of a bitch! So, congratulations, you guys. And then let's see, who do we have here? We got Vanessa Kitty 2. I'm sorry you're still a 2, Kitty. I don't know what's going on. Just Jeff is here. M1 Abrams, M1A2 Abrams is here, and I think that's it so far.
well, 17 watching, 16 watching, and no
Yeah,
names on
there's
the
there's
list. So
lurkers. Yeah, there's lurkers that won't come on, but that's
don't be
okay.
afraid.
Yeah, but
Don't
that's
be afraid.
okay.
Say hello.
Yeah, it's all right. I just less names I have to list off. All right, so Andy, let's talk about your story with your Ruger 9mm carbine.
Well, I've been having issues kind of since the whole season. And basic issue is it'll group three, then it'll throw one high, one low, one left. It just was been a nightmare. Uh, I took apart 1,000 bullets, and I had discovered in the brass that looked like there was lube left behind from that didn't get cleaned. So I dumped all the powder. I cleaned all the cases with Q-tips and acetone and alcohol, and I reloaded some, and I went back out to the range, and lo and behold, it was still doing it. And so it really had me baffled what was going on. So now the final result are two things. One is definitely my mistake or my error. I last week I took after the gun after the shooting range. I came home and I totally stripped the gun, and it was dirty, but that's not an accuracy issue. Okay, so I cleaned it up real nice, and I'm putting it back together. As I put it back together, I'm noticing the front stock is loose. Okay, well,
Oh, okay.
okay. So now I take the gun. It's assembled now, and the stock is tight. I open the breech again, take it out. The stock is loose. Go, what the hell? Anyway, the issue is that front bolt that holds. There's only one that holds the stock on. Was stripped.
Oh,
So
you were getting
when
this.
the gun was put together, it puts a little pressure on the stock and kind of locks it there. But yet, if you shoot, the barrel's still bouncing. It's still bouncing.
Yeah, so you're getting headspace issues or gaps, right?
No, more of a loose, just a floating stock. It became the stock
Oh,
was moving, it was floating around.
okay, but not the barrel.
No, yeah, the barrel seemed to be okay, but so I basically when I took it apart to clean it, I loosened up the barrel nut, made sure I cleaned everything good in there. And that's when I, found the strip bolt. It took me a little bit to get it out, but I got it out. Okay, the threads weren't damaged in the gun. There was the threads on the
Good.
screw. Now I do use a torque wrench, so I don't know how that happened. Anyway, so I got the new bolt for it. I put it in, torqued it down, and closed it up and kept adjusting the nut, the barrel nut that they have that, it clicks positions to make it tighter. And I got that all set. And I said, all right, cool. So I decide to look into the bullet end of it now, because I'm loading my 9mm on the Lee Pro 4000, I guess you call it, the 4-station one. Okay. And I'm sitting down trying to load some bullets, and I'm going, why is it so hard when I load, when I start processing the brass? And then when it gets down to sizing, well, now you got a bullet in the sizing line, it even gets harder. So I'm thinking it was the sizing die. That's what my thoughts were. So I took it out, cleaned it all out. Everything was clean. There was nothing wrong with it. Put it all back, adjusted everything. Still had the same problem. And I'm owing it to the seating die, because my brass is sized before it goes on the press, so I'm not sizing on press. Now I do have to pre-charge my cases, because the powder I'm using just won't drop out of anything accurately. So I pre-charge, put the case into the press, pull the handle, and the first step is bell the case mouth. And I'm realizing I'm putting a little bit too much pressure on this thing to bell the case mouth. Why? So I start looking, and it's not catching it right away. And finally, I realize it's compressing my powder. It's compressed. Okay, I'm using an M die, and the M die reaches way down into the case, and it's compressing my powder. And it's only a half a case of powder on some 9mm, so there's no reason why I should be compressing it.
Wow.
And I've never liked M dies. I gave him a couple M dies away to CW, because I know he likes them, and he didn't have those two, so I sent them off to him. And this one, I said, well, I finally realized that. So I tried playing with it, adjusting it. Doesn't matter. To crimp it, to bell the case to the mouth, you have to turn that stem way down, and it sticks way down into the case. So it's compressing the powder. So I first was going to take the thing out and grind it down. And I go, no, I don't want to do that, because, leave the die alone. So I put in the Lee Universal case belling, and so I get that set, and the press runs smooth as glass. So my powder, when I told you I took apart the old bullets and the powder looked clumpy, all right, there might have been some lube in there, because when I cleaned the cases, there was definitely stuff coming out. Okay. So what I think actually happened is that the M die was compressing the powder. And it was, I'm just trying to figure out how to put it. It's compressing the powder, and it stayed compressed. It made a chunk.
Yeah, it's clumping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So so that's all fixed. So now I'm waiting to go to the range. I have this fixed. This is Tuesday night. I have this is loading perfectly. Everything's working great. I'm loading different powder loads with the different bullets to reestablish my loading point. And I said, I got to try this gun out. And I said, where am I going to go to shoot 2 bullets? You know what I mean? My basement's 30 feet wall to wall. So it's like 20, if I'm against the wall and point the gun, it's maybe 22 feet across. So I set up a bunch of old pieces of wood and put a target in the basement. And without touching the scope or anything, first shot dead center. The second shot touching that shot. I said, okay, it's fixed. Okay, because I was shooting 25 yards and they were all over the place. So, so I said, it's got to be fixed. So tomorrow's range day. I have a couple hundred different, rounds loaded, different powder weights, different bullet heads, including zinc and everything else. And I swear I had it all worked out. All bullet heads. Again, it's a Berry's. I believe it's a Berry's. It's a 124. I have a lead, which is 124 from the I forget one of the bullet manufacturers. I won them, and then I have my zincs. Everything loaded nice and smooth, no issues. I all loaded them all. My notes say 4 grains of the powder I'm using work perfect on all of them. So I did a new ladder test. So I went from 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, 4.0. And with the bullet heads, I loaded 10 of each. And then I loaded my zinc. I loaded a bunch of them because the 4.0 was starter in my book. So obviously that was the happy load. And so I got about 200 rounds loaded. I'm going to go to the range tomorrow. It's going to be 70 degrees here on Long Island. And I'm going to unload, and hopefully it's fixed.
Okay, so, and we'll get back to you, Tin Man, because we're talking about this right now. So is that powder really bulky? Is it like unique or something like that?
Yeah, well, yes, it is. If you're labeling the powder, if you're going to compare it to like Tight Group, yeah, it's Tight Group gives me a third case. This gives me a half case for the same weight.
Yeah, so it's probably, does it look kind of like unique? I've never seen that powder.
Yeah, it's kind of like a flake. They call it a ball powder, all right? When you really get into it, they call it a flat ball powder, which is a flake.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, I've been using it. I've worked these loads. Again, there were twofold issues. The barrel nut might have been a click or two loose from 5,000 rounds through it without taking it apart, and the front stock being loose when you fired it, the barrel and the stock could move. So that's going to affect everything. So hopefully, when I'm going to go to race tomorrow, and that thing's going to shoot dead nuts again. And
yeah, give us a report back, maybe a short video or something. M1, he is belling before adding powder. Yes. So
we'll see what.
That's kind of. We have some new guests here.
No, I'm not belling before the powder. Okay, he's got to understand. I can't drop this powder on press because it just doesn't drop accurately. Okay, so I have to. I was going to first just go out there and bell all the cases. But I got three different bullets, and they all require a different bell. So I didn't want to get into that. I wanted to bell it on press, and it was the M die that was causing the problem. It's too long in the 9mm case. It just compresses the powder more than it's trying to take a half case of powder and make it a quarter case powder.
Yeah, that's why you're smashing them down. Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
So the M die again. Everybody tells me they swear by them. You can throw it in the garbage. I don't like them.
I don't use them, but they're, I'm sure they're very handy. I don't know how long they are on a bulky powder on a small case like a 9 or a 380.
Well, that wasn't calculated, obviously, when they made the die, because that stem is way too long. It could be shorter.
Well, hack it off and grind it.
Well, I'm debating to do that and not. Okay.
Yeah, just go to wherever it starts.
Yeah, I don't have a problem doing that. It just seems like, why didn't the die manufacturers even consider thinking about this? That the 9mm case is so short. Why do you have that stem so long?
Yeah, especially a 380 or something.
Yeah, when they make a it says 380 9mm. Are you kidding me? You know what that would do to a 380? It'll push the head off. It'll give me case separation. So it's figured out. I don't know that I want to ruin a die, but then I wouldn't sell it to somebody the way it is either and tell them good luck with it. That's not the way to do it. So I was going to talk to CW about it. I just haven't had the chance to call him.
Just see what cranky.
See his opinion. If I should just grind it off and and continue. So anyway,
I've never looked at one to measure it. I use all the factory, whatever the factories come with, whatever brand. Yeah.
But I use the universal belling one, from Lee, so I don't have to, it's just easier to deal with. just crank it here, up. That's it. The bullet fits in. That's good. Go run whatever I'm running.
Well, hopefully tomorrow you got her all solved.
Yeah, I'm sure it's solved at this point. I'm more than confident that it was more of the barrel, the forearm, the stock being loose, because it's a two-piece stock and there's only one bolt holding it to the barrel. So when you're shooting it on a rest, it's resting on that, so the gun's moving. So that's it. That's my report for the week.
Okay, and before we get to Ozark here, I should mention who showed up here. All right, we have Chris 338, Tacos and French Fries is here. Chris 338 is here. James Pollard is here. I lost my spot. Andre D'Angelo is here. Tin Man is here. Rune is here. We got to talk about Rune's situation also. Thorzax is here. Tony is here. Fuzzy is here. Fuzz Fork. Hope I didn't miss anybody. All right. Hemi Scrub just showed up. All right. We're caught up. All right. Now, Tin Man has a question. If he puts the safe in the basement, which has moisture, are the canister ones going to work, or should he get electronic like a dehumidifier or something? If you got a lot of moisture in the canisters, like the big ones I use, can't handle it, then you got a problem. You might put a big old dehumidifier down in that basement.
Yes, yes, and yes. The canister will work. Get the electronic one, put it in your safe, and get your dehu in your basement, no matter what.
Yeah, I bought a dehumidifier for my basement years ago. Like, my basement's about 600 square feet. This does 800 square feet. And of course, it's not on in the wintertime. It doesn't need to be. But I sit it without the humidifier. I sit at about 60 to 65%. And with the dehumidifier set to 45, my basement's at 45. All right. So you need to get a humidity meter to test where you're at.
Do you have a drain through to go into the drain, or do you just change the pan?
And hang it on the wall.
Drain.
Then they can hang it on the wall and drain it into the toilet.
Well, I have a sump pump hooked up to a sink, so it's above ground level, and I just have the hose goes into that container where the sump pump is. So it just drizzles.
Okay, because some basements have drains. We got 3 of them in the basement, so. Boiler room, my reloading room. We have a drain at the bottom of the stairs. So yeah, some will have drains. You just put a hose right there.
Yeah. But I mean, and not that expensive to buy a full blown one. When you go out and look at some of those electric ones for the safe, you got to get one big enough and whatnot.
Well, the safes are just a heat bar. That's a sauna. Get the ones that soak up the water, the canisters like I use.
I buy them at the dollar store. I get my local dollar store has those canisters for $1 a piece. You put 2 or 3 of them in there and forget about it.
Tractor Supply has the Winchester ones, and they're the ones that I like.
Yeah, I thought they were Canon.
Well, yeah,
they're this big. They're like a toilet paper. They're like the size of a toilet paper roll.
Yeah, and they turn green when it's time to throw them back in the oven. And
mine's a throw out.
Mine are purple, and when they turn pink, you put them in the oven and put them back.
Yeah, mine's a throwaway. It has charcoal in it and these absorbing beads, and and then below it is like a reservoir where the water sits. And when it gets to a certain height, you throw it away.
Okay. We're talking about rechargeable ones. Yeah. But I've never seen dollar ones like that.
Even Home Depot sells them.
With a water holder? Because
it holds water. It actually, it's a container. I don't know, 5 inches or so long, maybe 4 inches wide, and about 4 inches tall. And there's layers of in there, and it traps the water below.
Yeah, the weird thing, a lot of people don't know, they'll put it in with their guns and stuff in a rug, and man, once it soaks up moisture, at least yours has a spot for the water to go. Otherwise, you're just wrecking it. Yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, this thing. I mean, they sell them. I mean, Dollar General. They all sell these things. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're helpful at first, but then they can damage it once they're soaked. Yeah.
Well, you have to just. They sell these things for home for people that have dampness, like you spilled water in the basement.
Yeah.
They're water absorbers. That's what they are.
That's it.
But they're
Yeah.
$1 a piece at Dollar Tree is where I get them. Actually.
There you go. $1.25 now.
Oh, okay. But still,
I'll have
but the
to
point
check
is,
those out.
it lasts me. Well, it lasts me a good 3 months before I have to change it, and that's only if I don't have the dehumidifier on.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, let's see. We got Eagle Eye here. Here's a funny story. I'm not sub to this one guy, but one of his videos popped up, and he was shooting one of Eagle Eye's 22s he built. His name is Cyclops or something. I'm not sub to him, but it popped up on the side, so I clicked on it, and it was using mediocre price 22 Eli, you know, the cheap stuff. And he shoots his Bagheera in 22, which is jamming and everything. Then he shoots Kenny's built 22. I guess he bought one from Kenny. And one little tiny hole with non-super expensive ammo. So Kenny, I wanted to say congratulations. I replied to that video. I wasn't sub to that guy, but Kenny, that looked pretty darn good. Yeah. And he mentioned it was Desert Precision Gunworks. That's all he said.
Mhm.
But I knew what it was. I saw it. Yeah. So way to go, Kenny.
That's the Kinster.
Yeah. That thing was a tack driver. Yeah. So, all right. What else? Okay. So the canisters. Okay. Here's another problem. Rune is here. Haven't seen Rune for a long time.
Oh, we're international.
He said that lead bullets are going to be banned where he lives. Man, that sucks. Rune, if you're still here, does that mean you can't cast them yourself anymore, or they just can't sell lead bullets? Rune, where are you? I know it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, right.
Rune.
Well, while we're waiting on him, my son picked up a couple of extended mags for me. Are these SGMs any good? This is a 45 ACP 26 round.
For the Glocks.
Yeah.
I haven't tried them.
And then the ETS ones. I've heard good, bad, and ugly about these.
I had one. I bought one just to see because they're so cheap. I think mine was a 21 rounder. And as soon as I got it, the follower would stick halfway in the thing by itself. But then I played with it. I called them up, and the company to me gave me the impression, they gave me the impression, at least the girl on the phone and her girl boss gave me the impression that they'll do anything they can to get out of it. So they're like, well, you can mail it back. And I'm like, do I have to pay for mailing it back? And they're like, yeah. And after that, I was like, but it works. It does work. Mine finally started working. The real long ones, you might find one or two that doesn't work. Taco's had good luck with his. If you notice, when that mag is full, that spring is compressed and rolled over and smashed.
Right. The follower isn't as wide as the magazine. It's only as wide as the top of the magazine on this ETS.
If you load it fully, you'll notice the spring it doesn't just smash like that. It smashes around and folds over. I really didn't like that.
I bet you there's a 3D printable follower to fix that problem.
Well, I'm talking about the spring when it's compressed. The way they designed them, they're funky. But 45, you don't have a lot of choices once you go over 13. 9mm, I just go Magpul and Glock. That's it.
Now, this SGM is metal all the
I
way
know.
down.
I have some Korean ones that look great and everything, but the early ones sucked. I don't know about the new ones. The new ones could be fine. Give me feedback, but I'm very leery about the 45 aftermarket.
We'll see if the Foxtrot Mike likes it. Now, it's a 23 rounder where the STS is like 26.
And they also, yeah, they make like almost a 30. Yeah.
Well, in 45 ACP, I can see it 30 and 9mm.
All right,
Rune's
Mike.
out there. You want to ask Rune that question again?
Okay, Michael is here and he says, watch the feed lips on those. Okay. I wish Magpul would do the extended 45 mags because those work awesome in 9 and they're super easy to clean. Okay, back
These
to
are metal.
Rune. Okay, what did Rune say about can he cast his own still?
You got to ask him. He just said, Rune, I'm here. He just said, I'm here.
Okay, Rune, does that mean you can still cast your own or you just can't buy lead bullets? Hopefully you can still cast your own, then you don't care, you know.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, 45s are a pain because you don't get the choices you do in 9, you know.
Right. Yeah. Of course, 9mm, everybody.
But the clear one you showed, I finally got mine working and it's worked perfect. It's just kind of cheesy. You can pinch it, you know, it's
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he picked it up.
Watch
He picked it up for like $8, and this one that looks like a Glock was like 15. This SGM. So,
yeah.
He's like, hey, Dad.
On the clear one, look at the spring when it's fully loaded. It scares you because it rolls around. Oh, man, it's bad. But it works.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to take some Advil before I go to bed tonight. I've been getting it in the reloading room.
Yeah. Okay, right here. Chris.
Can't shoot it at a shooting range.
The Chris extenders are so expensive. I can't believe it. That's why I stay away from any of that right now.
Well, anything Chris is expensive.
I'm just going to 3D some couplers on 13 round stock mags and just do this one to the other, you know, both straight up coupled.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do until they come out with a Magpul 45 mag.
Rune answered you.
Okay, you can still cast your own. So that's great, Rune.
Yeah, but he can't shoot them.
You can't shoot them at a range, probably a public range.
Even if they're powder coated, how do they know? It's not factory. All right, Rune, get some copper powder coat.
That bronze, that copper penny, that's the one.
Yeah, get some copper. Yeah, and say what? What? Oh, poor Rune. I'm sorry.
There's hot pot.
Let me know when you want to start casting zinc. I'll be glad to talk to you.
Get some still molds and go for it.
Booze and bullets. Hey, that's a good idea. We got to get the printer running. I want to do couplers and extenders. Then I want a longer spring and then
Is that kind of stuff on Thingiverse, or do they have it banned there?
No, they have all kinds of gun stuff on Thingiverse.
Okay.
I don't know. So Booze and Bullets is here. Reloading for the Hot Pot is here. And who else showed up? Hobbies, Hobos here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, that's what makes me nervous about extenders. You don't have a longer spring, stiff spring. I don't know.
Right.
I wish Magpul would do a 45 mag. They won't. And they don't do a 10 either.
Well, I'll see how Foxtrot Mike likes these one of these days.
Yeah, run them through. As far as trusting your life by the bed, I'm sticking with the Magpul mags or the Glock mags because I know every time
I'm sticking with a 12 gauge.
Yeah, but I know every time I shoot them, they work and there's no glitch. If I get one hiccup, I'm pissed. That mag's going to be marked and put aside, you know. Yeah. They got to be 100% if they go by the bed.
He picked me up some Ruger 1022 banana mags. I don't have a 1022, but I guess that's a good excuse to build one now. I got the mags. I got to get the gun.
Yes, everyone should have at least one. Yes.
Yeah.
They're fun to fart with, too. We got them on all kinds of configurations.
So I've been unpacking in the reloading room all day. I built 3 sets of shelves. I refinished my powder stand and put a lift on it and or a base on it to make it the same height as my bench. And made about 40 trips up and down the stairs today. So it'll be an Advil night when I go to bed.
Yeah, he's. I got pictures of him doing his reloading room. He finally got 2 presses up, right? One
Right.
not cranky approved.
That was the APP press.
Yeah,
I found the Lee press and I found my Hornady press. I have not found and I know where it is. It's buried in the garage. My press that my Lee Loadmaster, which I only do 300 blackout prep on it, and and that's also where all my little Lee barrel die holders are. So I've got about 10 more sets of dies I need to locate, plus that press. And just about everything else I've found. I've got another case of primers, a box full of primers I need to find. So I think I know where all that mess is. Those are in ammo cans, I believe.
okay. Hey, Mrs. Hotshot, we're getting tag teamed by the Hotshot crew.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, Cranky said you should have left the APP in the box. I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree. I love that thing.
It's great.
The Tractor Supply has started its Black Friday sales already. Somebody's got the motorcycle going by. And I bought the Canon 60 gun safe for $11.99, and I'm having it delivered. Which, if I had it delivered to my office, it was going to be $600, but delivered to my house was $128. I'm like,
Wow. Okay.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you could put it in your trailer, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
about doing, was just putting the
Yeah.
trailer at the office. I got a forklift there and all that.
but you know, 100. If now, does delivered means in the driveway or in the spot?
In the driveway. No, that's not a setup and delivery.
Damn
But our office, we share a building with an equipment rental company, and he's got those mini skid steers that you stand behind that are 3 feet wide,
Yeah.
and they've got 1,000-pound lift capacity. He's like, "Oh, you can borrow one." I'm like, "Okay." So on the 15th, I'll be borrowing one, and I can set it right inside the door. I'll get one of those Harbor Freight 4-wheel dollies, and I'll set it right on top of that. And
Is it level, no stairs, just straight shot?
yes. Well,
You can
my
PVC.
driveway is angled.
Just put it on some PVC and roll them like Egyptians.
No, right. Right.
Yeah, you know, you do.
I got a threshold to get over in my doorway.
Okay.
So, but with that skid steer only being 3 feet wide, actually they're 34 inches wide. They will actually fit through a 3-foot door. So I'll be able to lift the safe all the way into my reloading room and put it on a piano dolly from Harbor Freight, and then I'll roll it on into the safe room. And then my 48 gun safe, I'll bolt the 2 of them together. Then I'm going to build shelves all the way around them.
Yep. Make it hard to get to the sides.
Yeah.
And the top. Yeah.
Yeah. Got I took the top shelf off my reloading bench and put it in the safe room, and got all my powder moved into there. And then my 4 and 8 pound jugs, I just shot 3.5-inch screws in there, and I just hung them by the handles, and it worked great.
Oh, by the way, You know, I was talking about these lights up here,
Uh-huh.
and one went out.
Right.
The seller did not reply back, and that's a 5-year warranty. So,
Yeah.
but Andy, you told me my son has an idea what, why, and how to fix it.
Yeah. There's basically, you might call it a power supply. They call it a driver. Okay. If it's blinking on and off, it's definitely the driver. Okay. If it's totally out, it still could be the driver. Okay. I mean, I have lights that we've sold that are out there for 10 years. And like at a 4-year mark, I have to replace the driver, but the LEDs work fine. So,
Yeah.
and the driver has a current and a voltage rating. So you got to buy the right one.
Yeah. And now I saw a Russian guy that fixes like the screw-in types, all LEDs.
Yeah.
And you can go by and find the one that's bad because they're linked. And all you do is short that one out and it works again.
And it works again.
He swears you can make LED lights last forever. And he even had a liquid fluid that's, you know, he said you can take a little wire and wrap it around it to short that one out and the rest will come back on. It's kind of like the Christmas light thing in the old. So he's got a liquid, I guess you can buy, and you just put it around that one square that you can find it by going around. And anyway, it solves the problem. Just putting a little eyedropper on it and it fixes, you know, the screw-on ones. And he swears they last forever.
Yeah, they work. I mean, I have lights up, street lights. We manufactured street lights as well. I have in my town here, when they were going to contract, they wanted samples. They have 10 of my street lights up, and they're up there almost 10 years now, and they haven't failed yet.
Yeah.
But they went with someone else that was cheaper. So
I love LED. His theory is that they do that so you'll buy them again. Otherwise, you'll never buy them again.
It's probably that. That's probably that conductive gel stuff you put on high voltage wires.
yeah,
Don't get it on your skin; it'll burn the crap out of you. It's like
this was like gray and it dried.
Yeah.
It's actually a liquid solder they sell, so it's
Okay.
you can just put the short across. You don't even have to take a soldering iron out. But
when
you're wiring.
And if you see one with a little black like speck on it, that's the one.
yeah,
And then you can go by and touch them also and see if they react a little bit. And you can find it and fix it. I love that stuff because it saves you so much money, you know.
Right.
And I love LED lights. I mean, these things are killer. So
the amount of
one burnt out over there.
the luminance today is when we started making LED lighting, we were only at 80 lumens per watt. Okay, now they're at 100. They up to right now 160 lumens per watt. They've doubled the light output in 12 years.
Yeah.
Where
Okay.
is the
I mean,
cheapo?
you know, so and they work, but there are a lot of junk manufacturers out there because we had somebody in the beginning that my owner of my company knew in China.
Yeah.
And I was working with the engineers trying to design our 4-foot LED tubes. We were the second company in the United States to actually have LED product. The problem was a 4-foot tube was $50. You know.
Yeah, I was just panning around here for you guys because I did that review on the we got them for like $2 or whatever, the Tri-Light.
Yeah.
And those things are working awesome. We got 2 of these up. They are awesome and they're very bright. So those are working great. I can grab a box and show you what they look like, but I guess someone commented back and said, wow, they're way expensive on Amazon, but clearance at Walmart, they were cheap. So I bought cases of them.
Sometimes you catch a good deal.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stuff out there. I mean, even Home Depot, the regular screw-in, regular bulbs, you can get them, but you got to be a little smart when you buy and look at the color temperature because you go and get one and it's yellow. It's like, what the hell is that? You know?
Yeah, 2,500 Kelvin.
Yeah, 2,500. On the color scale, you got to buy 4,000 is the minimum I would buy for any shop work, but I recommend 5,000.
I don't
in
like
shop.
5. It's too blue. The way I explain it to clients when we're talking about color, I'm like 5,000 is that BMW headlight blue.
Yeah,
Then 4,000 is white.
yeah,
2,500 is the amber headlights that we all
Yep.
grew up with, and
yep.
anything below that's low wattage bulb.
Yeah. But most people were buying 4,000 Kelvin because it actually, to the eye, it looked brighter than 3,500 or 3,000.
Right.
Okay, but the street lights that are out there, they're 5,000 and 6,000 Kelvin. So that the ones that the people are asking for, because it's like it looks brighter than it actually is because of the color temperature. Is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
6,000 is really blue. It looks like
Yeah.
almost police blue to me.
Yep. You can see it. There's no question about it. But my basement, I bought a bunch of 2-tube shop lights, fluorescent lights. I bought a bunch of them. They were $10 a piece when I bought them, and I just took the ballast out, ran them direct, and put LED bulbs in them. They got to be in the basement 14 years now, roughly 15 years that I have them up.
Yeah, these were the cheapo clearance $2 and something,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, for that one?
Huh?
You got that for like $2?
Yeah, $2.50.
Yeah, that's a steal.
I know, they were blowing them out. So I told my son how many they got, and he's got cases of them. I said, buy them all.
They got stuck with them. That people weren't buying them.
Yeah, the great thing about these is they screw into a regular light bulb.
Yeah.
And our garage had 2 regular light bulbs left instead of a plug-in, and it made total sense. And man, I'm very impressed with these so far.
And at $2, if it goes out, throw it away.
I know. They're lasting longer than a regular screw-on LED. So yeah. And the garage is brutal because every time you open garage doors, they're shaking and stuff,
But it's also cold and hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
LEDs.
We'll see how they last through the winter because it's 30 degrees in the garage.
LEDs like cold. They don't like heat.
Okay.
Yes, Tim, man, we discussed it. You'll have to go back and watch the video.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have to watch the rerun now. Too much explaining to do. Yeah. Basically, it's how much moisture you have. If it's not seriously bad inside a safe, use the canisters that look like a toilet paper roll. I can go grab one. And that you just reheat in the oven to recharge them. Or get a dehumidifier for the basement and make your whole basement dehumidified and run a drain in the drain, or you're going to have to change the thing.
I still put those cans in my safe.
Yeah. Johnny, 1982 is here.
I only put the can in my safe during the summer, even though the humidifier, and I have a gauge in the safe, gauge in 2 other locations in the basement. And I sit between 45 and 48% humidity.
You're on Long Island, so you always got humidity.
Yeah, but I mean, that 45% is fine as long as you're below 50. Anything below 50, you're good.
Yeah, luckily it's dry here, so we don't have to worry too much. Lead Mining 44 is here. How's it going? Oh, he's got a dehumidifier. All right.
Okay.
He's at 55 down there. I'd try to keep mine at 35.
Yeah, it sounds like you need a bigger one.
My dehumidifier only goes down to 45, so that has a scale, so that's where I have it set. And I had it,
Yeah, let me.
The electric dills are basically just a heating element that sits in your safe, Tin Man.
Yeah, I bought one of those electric ones like that, and I didn't find it. And I don't have a big safe, okay, and it didn't really do the job. So then I bought one of those rechargeable ones that you plug in the wall, and
Right.
it dries it out. Then you put it back in the safe. That was a piece of garbage too.
Yeah,
Well, it's just a heating element. How is it supposed to remove humidity if there's no place for the humidity to go?
right. That's
like I tell people, I did a video on this. It's on the
Mhm.
new Uncle Jim too. Between these and the heat bars, okay,
Right.
and the heat bars is just like making a sauna inside your safe.
that's
Where
right.
you need something to soak it in like this, and
Right.
then put that in the oven. And where I live, I only wintertime I might do it 2 times in the winter. In the summertime, I only do it 1 time all summer, and they'll turn pink. You got an indicator here,
Hmm.
and just throw it in the oven. Warm the house in the winter while you're doing it. Whatever.
Yeah. Do it in the oven for however long it is. What is an hour and a half? And then you turn the oven off and let it cool in the oven.
Yeah, the only problem is you got to put it in a spot in the safe, like in between rifles and stuff, in the corner. It's bulky. The plug-in ones that are flat that you plug in, those only last a couple days.
Yeah. It was a joke. Like once a week, I go down. The damn thing's full. I got to charge it again.
Yeah, if you're in a humid area, those plug-in ones are you're constantly gonna be plugging them in. I'd rather not deal with that.
And then you got to have power in the safe or an extension cord into the safe to plug it in.
Well, I'm talking about the ones you plug in to dry them out.
Oh, yeah.
Grab them at Tractor Supply, Tin Man, or order them from Midway or Brownells or whomever. But Tractor Supply usually has them on the shelf around
Yeah,
here.
this one's a Canon brand, and it was a Tractor Supply. You can probably Amazon them, and I put one in each safe. That's plenty for me, anyway. I don't know about
Mhm.
a wet basement or something.
What happened to the side chat? Mine disappeared.
They all left. No.
Yeah,
Arun got a nice 870 from the 60s, 62. There we go.
well, Andy, is there a big deal about? I want to put LED lights in my safe. Just get the little battery powered ones and stick in there.
Yeah, if you're just trying to light the safe like that when you open the door, they even sell what are those dome lights that stick on the wall? You just push it and it goes on.
Yeah. There's all kinds of cool little LEDs now to safes. Some are motion activated. So you open the door or put your hand in. Yeah, and they're cheap now. Everything, it's not like before. Yeah, it's cheap.
I've got 2 or 3 motion activated ones in my garage. So as you walk through, they'll light up. Uses like 2 AAA batteries.
Yeah, that's the same thing. That'll work in your safe.
There you go.
Pat is here. Pat, what does he got to say? Heat rises the dew point, so water won't condense.
Yeah. Well, condensation doesn't cause rust. You just humidity itself. I mean, the water bonds with the metal.
Well, if you're getting drips from the top of your safe, like stalactites coming out,
you got a bigger problem if that's the issue.
Yeah. Your safe before heat has a little bit of gap around the doors, okay? And then once a fire happens, your gaskets expand.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a little bit, but if you can control that, sucking it up with one of these, it's not like the outside area,
Yeah. My dehumidifier in the basement does the job. Like I said, I put one of those dollar things from Dollar General in there, or Dollar Tree, wherever I get it from. And once every 3 months, I'm throwing it away and putting another one in. Really doesn't collect much because I'm maintaining 45 to 48% humidity down there during the spring and summer.
Yeah.
In the fall, I sit at 45 by itself. In the winter, it drops to like 40. So,
Yeah, I feel for the people in super humid states. That's a whole. You got to oil your guns all the time. I hardly ever have to maintenance, but in those states, hell yeah, you do. Even your carry gun gets rusted out on you. You know. Ah, let's be out there, bro. Now.
I'll be right back. Just getting something to drink.
Okay. So Ozark, you're getting close to reloading. You just got unboxed.
Yeah, I've got everything I need to do to reload now. I got stuff when we moved. Some got put in the garage, some got put in the attic. And then crap got put on top of it. So I've got to get this my 6 ARC ready to hunt. So I've got everything I need to do that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll be going to the range this week to verify my sight, because I've sighted in at 58 grain as a varmint gun, so I need to re-sight in at these 103s.
All right, Roan, come to the U.S., baby. Right
Come
now,
to Missouri.
Right now, it's not so good here, Roan. We'll find out Tuesday.
Good old Brandon.
Yeah. And then 2 years from now, we'll find out. But right now, it ain't so good here in the U.S.
Well, we'll see how big the cavalry is come Tuesday.
Yeah. You still got free states, though. So that's okay.
Yeah. Here in Missouri, we've got constitutional carry, either concealed or open. So.
Yep. Roan, believe it or not, I don't need a permit. I can carry without anything. Just being a citizen. Just having a driver's license. Or proof of residence.
Just go through Mexico, 10 man.
Yeah. Roon, it's super easy right now. Canada or Mexico. Boom.
Somebody posted today, Kamala Harris was running a live stream the same time that Trump was doing one of his rallies. She had 9 people watching, and he had like 2,500. It was like the first minute. She had 9 people watching.
Tin Man has a good point. It's a perfect time to cross the border. Yeah. And Roon speaks English. She's like, what? I got drunk and I got, I was in Tijuana.
Ended up here.
Yeah.
Bunch of margaritas, and here I am.
Someone stole my wallet. Yeah.
That Governor Hochul, she's a nightmare.
It'll be interesting to see if she loses her spot.
I hope so. We're praying if she doesn't lose, New York is done.
Yeah, I'm watching Pennsylvania too. I cannot believe that's even. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, Trump's over there tonight, whatever, campaigning in there. So hopefully people are going to wake up.
Was it the New Hampshire Senate seat that's in got a chance to flip too?
Yeah. There's a lot of squeakers now that you wouldn't think, Yeah.
Yeah, the Wall Street Journal said he spent like $2.5 million, and the lady senator has spent some ungodly amount, $28 million versus his $2.
I just can't wait for Tuesday to come too soon, but it seems like the longer, the better it is for us. So things are turning, so we'll see.
Well, it's just all the stupid people don't believe the border's secure and the economy's doing great. Even the Dems are going, whatever. Yeah. You been to the grocery store lately? Yeah.
Yeah, all the lies from Biden saying gas prices were low when I came or high when I came into office, and all that. All you got to do is a simple 5th grader fact check on everything he says.
Right.
It's
Twitter fact checked him the other day for saying that. That's going to be interesting to see what Twitter does in the long run. They're talking about monetization and videos and everything.
Oh yeah, he's talking about making a YouTube section, a real,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
put,
Garage Guy Herschel's coming back though. He's getting,
Yeah, it is a nasty race in Georgia.
like I said, the longer it goes, the better for the Republicans.
20% of Georgia has already voted.
I know. And they were saying you can't vote. It's not fair. And they had the best early elections ever.
Yeah.
But everything they say is a lie and
Yeah.
the opposite. It's always the opposite of what they say.
Well, in Delaware, where Biden's from, has some of the strictest voter registration laws in the country.
and here in New York, Selden is being backed by every major, all these police organizations, and the Chinese are behind them, the Spanish are behind them. You know, so it could be close because it's just the idiots that say I'm a Democrat and I'm voting for Hochul and that's the end of it. You know, but that's New York.
Well, the best meme of the week were the Twitter employees who now identify with the pronoun was and were.
Yeah. And the other one is, I forgot what it said, something about, you know, do what we had to do when you told us, so, you know, go find another job. You know?
Tactical Fud is here. Hey, Tactical Fud, what's up? Yeah, I just want Tuesday over with. But boom, you know, I'm tired of.
Oh my gosh, my phone's starting to blow up with the text messages.
I should just ding you anyway. Ding, ding, ding. All right. I'm worried about diesel just to do the snow blower, but I can do 10 gallons and be good for the winter, I guess.
Well, get it now.
Yeah, I know.
Well, diesel doesn't go bad, so you put 20 gallons in the garage, you're in good shape.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to go into the other town where I get farm diesel, no tax.
You know, because it's another 15, 20 days and we're going to know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I went to, you know, starting to buy tons of certain foods just to have them.
Yeah, we have cases of food in the storage room.
Buying, you know, pasta. The pasta shelves are empty in my neck of the woods. Spaghettis, the shelves are empty. Okay, and
wow, we got tons of spaghetti. I could ship you some.
Hey, it could be a business. You could start selling.
Yeah.
Open a grocery store online and sell it because they won't be able to get it in certain places.
It'll be like primers. Well, luckily around here, every end of summer they have case stays. So every store or the mom and pop stores have cases of canned food and stuff and pasta, and you can buy it cheap. You save. I think my wife figured out we were saving. It was a lot of money each case per can, you know. And so we just do the case sale thing, and then we just buy a ton and just load up. Yeah. And you walk in the stores, and all it is cases everywhere of stuff. Yeah. So you just say, I want that, and that, and they bring you up. As a matter of fact, they had this off-brand, what do you call it? Beans and not bean with bacon. Pork and beans.
Pork and beans or beanie weenies?
No, just pork and beans. They're beans with little pork in there. You know, they are so good, and it was an off-brand. And I've been eating off of those. I shouldn't, but yeah, that was some of the cases we bought.
Chief Preston has a question for Ozark. What optic do you have on your 458 SOCOM?
I've got a 4-power. Oh gosh, words, Marvin. I can't remember the brand all of a sudden, but it's a 4-power fixed optic on there. So it's an illuminated reticle.
Oh, is it a? Now I can't think of it. I have one similar. Does it have the throw arm on it?
On the reticle. I mean,
Or is
on
that
the
from 1 to 4.
yeah, 1 to 4. Burris. It's a Burris.
First, yeah.
The Burris skull, whatever. It came with a red dot on the top, and I ended up taking it off and putting that on another gun. But it's held up well.
Hey, G Pitchner. G Pitchner is here. How's it going? Field Sport. Chin Man's making a funny. You know what? I have a Field Sport. It still works. It's on a 22 or something. Yeah, that's your $20 red dot.
The Field Sport. Now the red dot that me and Preacher shot on it when we blew up the toilet bowl and all that with the 458 SOCOM, it ended up losing vertical. So I put it on my pistol 300 blackout, and Twine was shooting it. She was like, I'm like, quit shooting the ground. She's like, I'm not shooting the ground. And it just kept going lower and lower and lower. And so, and that was shooting subsonics through a 300 blackout. And I'm like, well, that $19 is gone.
Yeah, on the cheap ones, they glue the internal parts sometimes, the diodes and stuff, and they pop off or they get messed up. Or the adjustments are just cheap hot metal.
Yeah. But it lasted for a little while. I like the SIG red dots. There's Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
What's up?
He's out in the desert.
Howdy. I'm out of the desert. Now I'm gonna head back. I just was testing my new cartridge. I'm really excited on that thing.
Well, first of all, I laughed my ass off. I had a pop-up on YouTube. I just clicked on it out of curiosity because it was inexpensive match ammo. And sure enough, your rifle was there. It was Cyclops was the guy.
Oh, yeah. That guy has one of the better 22s that I've ever built. Now, I built that thing specifically for bench rest, but that thing is just hammering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked if he wants to sell it back to me. I have builder's remorse, so to say.
Yeah.
The first group we had.
I like this one. I'm going to keep it. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't be like, I don't even have my own Remax, but yeah, that thing is, when you build so many of these rifles, you start noticing, okay, there's something a little special about this one. And that one's a little bit special. I'm not sure what I did different to that one, but I think the tuner that I built for it, that brass tuner, when I got it tuned in, it just started hammering,
I didn't notice a tuner on it. I knew it was yours. And
it's got a brass tuner on there. And he doesn't really show it much because it says EY tuner as a spoof against the EC tuner.
Oh.
But it's made out of brass and it looks a hell of a lot better. He's happy with it.
I didn't know you had an EY tuner.
Yes, sir.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think everybody that's jumping on board with these barrel tuners they're going with the fab, and I'm noticing that these things are there's actually quite a few channels like Winning in the Wind. He just put out a video too why he doesn't, and he's a national champion F-class shooter. He doesn't use a tuner. It ends up becoming another rabbit hole that people start going down.
It's another fussy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole thing with us reloaders is to eliminate variables, right? So why would you want to install another variable? And the biggest thing about those tuners is that now you're also machining the most crucial part of the barrel, which is the crown, the muzzle end. And every time you do that, from what I could tell, it starts deteriorating the accuracy because you start messing around with the barrel tempering and all that.
Yeah.
So
I'm used to the slip-on tighten up.
Yeah.
The cheapo ones.
Yeah, exactly. And there's Harel tuners out there that I've seen bench rest guys, so 22 bench rest guys use, but that Harel tuner is on like a skinnier barrel. And I told folks like, look, you got to have harmonics to tune harmonics. You can't just throw on a 120 straight contour barrel, put a tuner on there, expect that thing to work. It's not going to work in your favor. There's a reason why I use these 120 straight contours, because it makes the barrel shoot super accurate. Not only does it give it weight, but it eliminates the need for a tuner.
Well, that's why those guys shoot bull barrels, because it minimizes the harmonics.
Exactly. That's why F-class shooters use 125 straight contours at 30-inch barrel. It's just they do the tuning with their load. And the number one thing is every time you change location, atmospheric pressure and all that stuff all changes. And and you're going to be firing around to get that thing tuned wherever you're at. So you're going to waste more effort. First of all, two is going to put you down another rabbit hole. Instead of you focusing on wind call down range, now you're focusing to see if tuner works. So,
right.
Here's a question from John, and this is actually a big question for guys that shoot suppressors, because your crown gets really dirty. Yeah.
Yep. So that was a subject, and there's a reason why when I build these bench rest guns and PRS style rifles, I use a muzzle brake that has the port right there 90 degrees from the muzzle, because it helps eliminate all the carbon. You actually not eliminate, but not 100% eliminate, but drastically reduce the carbon. A lot of guys run those Area 419 brakes, and there's nothing wrong with it. It is a very effective brake, but the cone, it's a cone style brake, so I call it a carbon collector. If you're using a cartridge that's not really efficient on the powder, it's just going to collect a bunch of carbon, and then later on down the road, you're going to start noticing flyers and a cold bore shift and whatnot. So cleaning the carbon out of your crown is very crucial, in my opinion, there, Johnny. But if you don't clean it correctly, or for instance, you have an 11-degree crown, it's harder to clean the crown because of that taper. You got to use like a plastic card and whatnot, and you can still damage the crown that way, because carbon's still a very hard material. So if you're scraping the carbon out of it, you could actually nick your crown with just the carbon residue.
Yep, over cleaning causes damage. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it.
I scared the hell out of a guy today. Out in the range, I brought my drill, bronze brush, and cleaning rod, and went to town drilling the barrel with it. Because
Ooh,
I showed him. I scared the hell out of him. But I had a bore guide first of all, so I was drilling the bore, got all the carbon out, had my bore cam in there, showed him, dude, I don't know what kind of freaking ammo you're shooting. It had like no lands and grooves. It had so much sitting there. Cleaned it all up, and he was shooting a 22-250 that he's never cleaned before. All of a sudden, brought it back to
Remington. What do they call it? The green and yellow box.
Oh gosh, I don't know what he shot in that sucker, but it was just full of stuff.
What's the bullet?
I got tired of wasting patches. I said, screw this. I got the drill and bronze brush and went to town.
Remington. Oh shoot! I won't even keep that in my house. What's the name of it? It leads barrels like crazy.
The Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolt.
Oh, I won't even have it.
Well, where it doesn't lead, it leaves wax. So
I'd rather pull the bullets and use them for stuff.
It leaves residue or it leaves a squib. You take a chance on that one. Your receiver's full of wax. Yep.
Yeah, if you guys are at a store and you see Thunderbolt versus anything else, and the anything else is $1 more, buy the anything else.
Well, if you're shooting a bolt gun, the Thunderbolts aren't too bad, but I wouldn't use them in auto.
It's still
lead, or at least they used to. The stuff I'm used to, I've seen barrels where you had it squirting out the muzzle. It was so bad.
Wow.
People that didn't clean and shot semi-autos, it was just dripping out the crown. It was terrible. Yeah.
Well, I switched over to AT&T now because Verizon got tired of Verizon lowering the bar.
Part of that deal, Kenny, is on that 22-250. If he's using those lightweight rounds that are made for 22 Hornet, there's not enough jacket on them for 22-250. And you'll burn through the jacket going down the rifling, and you'll just bury the lead in there.
Yeah,
so you have to pay
I thought
attention.
He shot the barrel out because I was like, dude, it's 22-250. How many rounds? He's like, over 2,000. I'm like, oh yeah. you turn this thing into a smooth bore. So when I
Right.
cleaned it, I started patching it out. I'm like, oh, there's your Lancer grooves. You got some left. So
Well, if they're using those 40 grainers, especially they're for the Hornet, they're just
Yeah.
paper thin copper jackets on them. And that's not enough for the 22-250.
oh man. Yeah, we were shooting a target at 240 yards. He wasn't able to hold a 10-inch plate at 240. And funny story about that, once I cleaned it all up, he was tack driving that thing, and we had a bird fly right into the path, just, like Randy Johnson, I think, mid-flight. So I think I got it on video too. So
Yeah.
we got that thing shooting at about, I'd say 1.5 MOA with a 53 grain at 3,700 feet a second was his hand loads. And it
Right.
just turned a bird mid-flight around 110 yards in the smoke. It was just
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a pure accident. It just flew right into it.
It'll turn a squirrel inside out, let me tell you.
Oh god,
I want,
I didn't even see feathers. I just saw like dust, and that was it.
It's like smoking a clay pigeon. Poof.
Oh, it was, yeah, exactly. It was a real clay pigeon. Yeah, I think I got it on video. I'm hoping I did because that was pretty funny.
Kenny was supposed to come over last winter, and I've been, that's why I haven't sent you that reamer back. But what I want you to do is I have a rusty Mossberg 22, just the ugliest thing ever. It's in my parts bin, and what I want you to do is chamber that with a good 22 chamber and cut and thread it, whatever, and make it a tack driver. And I'm going to leave it ugly. Just this ugliest 22 you ever saw.
I wanted to put sights on that Arasaka for you.
Yeah, as I'll say, I could turn the Arasaka into something little crazy for you.
Yeah, that's a funky monkey. It depends on the magazine. So you either go bigger or stay with 7.6239. You can go bigger. I mean, whatever.
Well, I'm gonna head home. Let me mute because this thing is a little loud. But I'll meet you guys back at the shop.
I'll post a link again.
All right, I'll be right back.
That's my dream, is to have the ugliest, rusty, ugly stock looking 22 and just snuggle up to a guy at the range and just boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
What are the hot rodders that have the old rusty cards that look like they've just been patched together? What are those called?
Oh man, I'm with you tonight. I know what you're talking. Rat rod? No,
rat rods. Yeah, a rat rod top gun. Big hunks out of your stock and.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have one. I have one. I've been saving it. It was actually a parts gun they threw in with another Mossberg 22 I got. I have a Mossberg 22 that shoots good, and we leave it dinged up. That's a tube fed. Eagle Run 23 is here. Hey. So I love those where they put the patina on there, and it's just linseed oil and a mix of different things, and they leave the rest. I love cars like that. I'd hate to have a shiny, perfect car you can't put a scratch on. It drives me nuts.
Right.
Yeah. I'd rather have something like that has the patina down the hood. And yeah.
Oh, you'd like that C10 that Vice Grip did to put that Hemi in. I like that truck.
Yeah, that's his recent one. But I like, what is he, tent pole garage or something? He has the rolled GTO. No, he has the GTO that got shot up in a backyard, and it's full of bullet holes.
Right.
The Holy Goat. And now he's got the rolled runner. It's a road runner that got rolled, and he just kind of straightens it out with chains and pulling and pounding. And that's what he's working on now, is the rolled runner. But the Holy Goat is a giant hit. It turns heads. I mean, it's covered in bullet holes everywhere.
I saw the most beautiful road runner the other day. It's not my favorite color. It's kind of that dark green. It was a 71, has the hood tack and all that, and had the fin and had the stickers and all that. And this old fart was driving it around, but yep, he pulled up into Home Depot and he turned my head with that one. I love the old GTOs. I like the early ones, the 65s, where they're big, long, and had the shaker hood in them.
65 is probably my favorite, but I've owned 66s convertibles. And I had a Tempest 66, even though I like the square body 65 better, and 64. Actually, anything looks good nowadays. I mean, the Mopars, I was never into Mopars. I love them all now. The bigger, the uglier the front end, the better. There's so many Mopars out there that look so good today, and I would never, as a teenager, never even think about them. And now, the satellites and the wagons and everything. Oh my gosh, it's awesome.
Yeah, Preacher day off.
There he is.
Can you believe Georgia Boy won another taco prize?
It's the generator.
I told Mike, I said, God's on his side.
the number generator, man, it gets me every time. I shouldn't even participate in those number generators. But 6-shooter Texan and Georgia Boy, they scored.
Really like the chicken
stuff. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to bail.
All right, Andy.
See you guys next week. See if I can put a video out this week.
All right.
Okay, Andy, give us an update on that Ruger. Yes.
Yep. Sounds good. Have a good one, everyone.
All right. Take care. I got to go in the garage here or get out.
Preacher said he'd be on in about 5 minutes.
All right. Cool. Yeah, he is the what? What was it? The paste? What was it? What was his last video? Paste, pepper paste. What did he call it?
I haven't watched any videos in about 4 days. I'm trying to get this reloading room going, so I can get my deer set up.
Okay, hang on here. Oh, there we go.
He's won like 3 different ones, James.
Yeah. My reply was Generator Boy instead of Georgia Boy.
I did win something once on one of tacos. It was a SOG knife. That was nice. He said Gunny's has primers down to about $70, which is as good as anything I've seen anywhere or heard about.
Yeah, it'll come down. It'll come down. We just need S&B back and that other company. Idaho Rogers is here.
There she is.
Hey, how's it going?
You not talking this week?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Oh, there you
Oh, put it on me, put it on you.
Hey, they're here to see you do this.
Pam is put to work.
go. There you go.
You put Pam to work, man. Yeah, your arguing last week was fun. Yes.
You dropped it.
I dropped it.
Throw it on the floor.
I'm gonna go to work. Might as well.
Oh, that was Gunny's in Utah.
All right, Jim. What's your
Bass Pro
preferred overall length on a 9mm bullet?
Overall length on what?
On 9mm.
Depends on the bullet.
Yeah, on the round nose.
These are an Acura 124 grain hollow point.
Oops, what happened? There we go. It all depends on what plunks in your barrels, okay? Every bullet.
15 grain, 125 grain, 124.
124.
You're at 1.076. Okay, that's kind of, yeah. On the big 147s, I'm at like 1.116.
Yeah, 1.15, 1.16.
But every bullet's different. You got to plunk it to your barrel.
Yeah.
Creature.
Right, show them the plunk.
See,
Tip it upside down and drop it in. Now drop it in so they can see
holy
it.
caramba.
And then do this. I want to hear that metallic sound. Yes. You hear metallic? Just ding, 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 ding. There you go. That sounds good. That sounds good.
If
Joe
you like
Bonnet
it,
here.
go for it. Harold, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are y'all?
Doing well.
What I was trying to, we're all losing our minds trying to say what it is, but you did a paste. What was it? The pepper paste? What do you call it?
Pepper mash,
Mash.
monster mash.
It was the monster mash. Yes.
I just saw what you said.
Yeah, the mash. See,
I haven't seen
Don't
that. Are you making chow
spill
chow?
me and Ozark can't think
No,
of a
that one's
single
ruined.
thing. Everything.
You're cutting in and out between you and Idaho's not even talking to us. He's arguing with somebody else.
And
He's
losing.
fussing at me because I bumped some of the powder out of the cake.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So I did some horse trading the other day, and I come up with a Remington 7 mag
Oh, yeah.
and a Tikka stainless steel rifle, Remington 7 mag with a
If you
scope.
need dies or bullets, I can hook you up.
It came with dies, 100 cases, 200 bullets, and
Wow.
a scope and rings ready to go.
Mine loves Reloader 26 is its favorite. I've got
Really?
2 pounds here somewhere that Tin Man sent me.
Well, powder's probably going to be an issue. I bought some ram shot because somebody told me that was good in 7 mag.
Yeah.
I'm
but
sitting on a bunch of H1000. That's gonna be your powder.
Yeah.
H1000.
That'll work too. It's a slow burner.
Don't put it on me, put it on you. I like being in the background.
Well, just be quiet then.
So, anyways, I've never owned a 7 mag, but I'm kind of looking forward to tinkering around with it. I got everything I need, and I'm just ready to stuff some brass. But I also next weekend is rifle deer season in Arkansas, so
I prefer the 162s and 7 mag for whitetail. The elk hunters like the 175s and up.
I think what I had for bullets was 139s or 149s. 149s.
Okay, that's a pretty light bullet for
That's
7
a
mag.
Yeah. You got to make sure your twist rate would be right for that.
Yeah.
Kenny,
I
I'll
shoot
to modify it.
180s and 190s.
Yeah.
But a 7 mag, they'll do some serious damage on the whitetail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're loud.
And it's gonna beat the hell out of you.
I put a muzzle brake on mine and it's not too bad. But God, it's loud.
I got a lot of open country down along the river I could use it on. That's the reason I wasn't looking for it. It was just the price was right. It was so stupid cheap that I couldn't walk away.
And it was a Tikka, so you'll buy any Tikka.
I
So.
buy any Tikka. I mean, I was like, don't need a 7 mag. He said it's a stainless steel Tikka, and I thought, well, let's look at it. And I said, well, I don't have any 7mm bullets or brass or dies. He said it comes with that, and I was like, okay, well, I'd need a scope. He handed me one, and I was like, oh, all right, now where are we at? And he told me, and I thought, man, he's just making me a deal. So I bought it.
We got Mario here. Hey, Mario. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Mario?
Johnny's reloading bench tried to make Preacher's Day off squirrel and dumplings.
That won't work.
Why?
Could have manned up and done possum. Yeah.
Squirrel and dumplings, I do them in a pressure cooker.
I cooked a
Cook the
bunch of
squirrel in the
squirrels.
pressure cooker and then add the dumplings.
I cooked a bunch of squirrels just the other day. That's what I was going to get. I was going to buy a Tikka 22. I had cash on me to get a Tikka 22. I wanted their T1X. And this guy was like, I'm selling all my guns down. I'm trying to move them. And can't shoot a squirrel with a 7 mag, that's for sure.
Well, if you want to turn it inside out, you can, but yeah. But I sight my 7 mag in with the 162s. I sight in 2 inches high at 200 yards, and I'm 2 inches low at 400 yards. So
Yeah.
if it's within 400 yards, I just put the X on the spot and pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Well, we missed you for Halloween, Preacher.
Yeah.
You was up north, weren't you?
I don't remember where I was for Halloween.
Measuring it.
Yes, ma'am.
I haven't been on a chat. I haven't really done much of anything, to be honest with you. I've been gone. I'm in Oklahoma right now. I'm south and west of Oklahoma City tonight.
Are you preaching tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm so glad you've been doing your when you do your barbecue reviews, you've been doing ribs lately, and I love ribs. So I'm like, fine.
That's what I had for dinner tonight.
Yep. I'm going to try to do a barbecue review on the way home from here. I just don't know. I don't know what's open on a Monday. That's the problem. A lot of barbecue places aren't open Monday. So
We got a little hole in the wall mom and pop place that does breakfast, lunch, and dinner and burgers and catfish that has decent barbecue, especially for the price. So you'll have to come up here and we'll go to Cliffside Cafe. It's the place that has the deer mount where the one horn goes down.
oh yeah.
Like that. 7 mag will tenderize a squirrel, that's for sure.
Yep. I really had fun swatting squirrels the other day. I hadn't done that in a long time.
Oh yeah, that you made Twine shed a tear on that one. That was
Man.
you know I had the privilege to pet Champ on more than one occasion, and so I'm blessed.
Yep. He's the best dog I ever had, hands down. I mean, wasn't even close.
That and your bobtail wiener dog. I guess your daughter's got them.
He's still living. I don't know for how long. He's like 18 years old, I think.
Holy cow! Still got his teeth. That's what goes bad in
Yeah.
the dachshunds.
Yep. Their hips usually go out and their teeth usually go bad. He's like 17 or 18. He's still going.
Idaho. Mario's
Yeah.
asking how you like that mech.
I love this Mac. And I really shouldn't be using this for what I'm doing with it. But she's over here seating bullets, and I'm just running them through the Lee crimp die.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that, Matt. Michael Hurtneck is here. Hey, Michael. Oh, yes.
Well, Preacher, you got Louis Grande pegged on your cameras. Are you ready to go?
Nope. I don't have any good bucks.
Huh.
I don't. My neighbor shoots once a week, whether it's deer season or not. He shot this morning.
We just keep measuring.
But I haven't.
Yeah.
This is the first year. I mean, gun season's next week, and I haven't had all year a buck I would shoot on my camera at the house.
Well, that one you shot with your muzzleloader last year, you never saw on camera, did you?
Oh no, I had him the year before.
Was it the year before? Gosh,
Yeah,
it's all
and then yeah, he stayed gone for a few months, but he showed back up the week of. But no, I don't have. I mean, anything can happen once the rut gets going, but right now, nothing. I've been picking up so much brass over at my gun range from everybody sighting in their rifles,
yeah.
deer rifles. I went over the other day, and there was 257 Weatherby and 240 Weatherby sitting on the table, just left sitting there.
Wow, Weatherby is expensive.
I'm like, that's $1 a round brass once fired, just sitting there on the table. I had about 10 or 15 of each.
We were talking about that, or they were last night on Georgia shooting. You just keep that stuff, and when a buddy asks for it, go, well, I got 15 of them, or I got 20. You know.
I tell you what I did, Ozark. I went and bought one of those Lyman Cyclone tumblers.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to deprime all that stuff and clean it up, and then just throw it in containers labeled and do just that. Somebody gets in need of something. I picked up a box of 30-30 the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how much 270 I've got. I did clean a bunch of my 5.56 I'd picked up at the range. I think I had 520 pieces of 5.56.
Tell me how many 9mm.
Somebody even left some 218B. That's an obsolete cartridge, and I got a box or so, probably 20 or 25 218B cases once fired. And 45 Winchester, which is kind of an odd cartridge.
Slow down.
Hey, look who's here.
Hey, Twine.
Yeah, that's a heavy buck.
What y'all know?
Oh, we just getting ready for deer season.
Is Arkansas next week too?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That 224 Valkyrie, is it hard on brass?
Originally, it was.
Not that I have found out yet, even with all the horror stories. I've got some brass that I've run through about 4 times, and I still haven't had the issues.
I picked up a bunch of it the other day.
Well, what do you want to trade for it? Because I need it.
Preacher, I just sent you a picture of one of our deer in Texas. And in Texas and Kansas. Zoom in on the one in the background there. He's got a drop time.
And now I got to walk in there and get my phone.
Oh, well, I can show it on, but it won't show up worth the flip because of the way the light
I'll
is.
go get it in just a second.
But look just above his nose there. You see that drop time?
Oh, yeah.
And those are probably, his G2s are probably a foot tall right there.
Wow.
Did
you get a tag for Kansas?
I do, but not going to be there. We're going to be in Texas that weekend. So I just got too much on my calendar. So I got a tag and I got a lease, but I won't be over there.
You need to go down to brother-in-law's. I guarantee you he's got some dandies on his place.
Oh, yep. But what's that? December 3rd?
Yes.
We're gonna be down there. We're gonna get a hog hunt in.
Yeah.
Hey, Twines, how's it going? My mic was off.
It's going good. We've been busy bees today.
Yeah.
Organization going on. My label maker ran out of labels, so hoping I've got more label making.
You've been wearing that
tape.
thing out.
I know. I use it a ton. I like to organize. So we'll see if I got any more up here.
Papa's Place is here. Hey, Papa's Place.
Hey, Papa.
How you doing?
Good. Working at
Gunswatter is here.
James Pollard, you wanted to go put that flapper outfit back on?
Go put a blonde on again.
That wig's out in my reloading room now. I found all my other wigs. I found the mullet and the Bob Rosses and and
Yeah.
all that. So we're
You and
good to go.
Preacher still need to do a Bob Ross.
Oh yeah, we do.
We got 2 Bob Rosses now.
We got 3 actually.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, well, you bought that one. She bought one that has the beard and everything.
Yeah, I can wear that one.
Yeah, you'll get down there in the river bottoms, Preacher, and everybody will be chasing those deer from all the other directions. And
You know, really, the guy that has our farm leased, he's got cattle everywhere, and he normally has them pulled up by now, but hay is so hard to find and grass is scarce. And he's just letting them have free run. And I went down there a couple times muzzleloader season, and all I saw was cows. I mean, they just followed me everywhere I went. I could never get
they're
away
like,
from them.
you got some sweet feed?
Yeah, they was like, you got cubes in there? Sometimes I'd get in there before daylight, you know, and I'd be like, yeah, they don't even know where I'm at. And they'd start roaming. I'd see them just wandering around, and then one of them start bawling, and then I had 200 head looking at me.
Found them.
Uh-oh.
There's Jamie. Duck you. Wow. There he is.
Their cows are different. Ours usually run from us. I don't know what the hell they got going on.
This guy don't like chasing his cows, so he feeds them every time he goes down there. And so they follow you wherever you go.
Yeah, you're in that buggy, so they see a buggy, and it's that way at my sister's. If you're in that buggy, those horses are like, oh, what do you got? Yeah.
Yeah. All them doe unicorns she has.
That's right.
All right, we got Duck U is here and Jamie is here.
Yeah, they thin the herd. They're down to about 50 head of horses.
What are you eating, Idaho? Is that a pork chop? What are you eating?
Pizza.
Pineapple pizza.
Reheated pizza.
Oh, okay.
I guess it was my night to cook.
That chicken looked good, Preacher, with the peppers on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, that's everything that didn't fit through the sieve out of what I fermented for peppers. So, man, it really gives it a great flavor. I mean, it's not like just throwing peppers in there. It's completely different.
They were. Oh,
Really?
okay.
Yeah, it was like when you ferment and peppers, you make your mash, you blend them all up. I strained all the juice off, and then everything that was left, I would throw in there and vacuum seal around some chicken tenders.
Oh.
No, it had some tang to it.
Yep. Cooked it on the grill, and it would kind of half char and burn a little bit. Man, it was really good. I've done that with deer. I've done that with pork chops, and I've done that with chicken 2 or 3 times.
And you use every bit of the pepper, just like a hot dog. You know, all the.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Me and Twine were going to make jerky this weekend, and we opened the freezer this afternoon. We're like, "Oh crap, we forgot to thaw the deer out."
Get a lot to
It takes a minute for a gallon bag of cut up deer to thaw.
Yeah, jerky is good, and deer salami, my favorites. Yeah.
I tell you what, Preacher's pastrami. Anybody we've ever given that to, or they just flip out over.
I remember your sister kind of looking at that a little sketchy, and then next thing I know, she's got her sandwich going, and now the whole bag was gone.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
I
You want
got
some
it.
more? Yeah, but we put it in little 6-ounce bags in the back, just sliced up, and man, throw that sucker on a cracker with some sharp cheese.
Yes, sir. You're making me want to shoot a deer, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's the best way to do those hams.
Yep.
Just silver skin them off and pickle them in the whole loins.
Mhm.
if you get a big buck where he's got pretty good neck meat on him, that's what I made the best.
Yeah, that in Texas was neck meat.
That was neck meat, yeah, and that
Mhm.
turned out great. I need to do more of that.
Well, Michael Hurtneck would like that then. Ow. All right, never mind. Christmas is next, people. Christmas. Yay.
Can we get through Thanksgiving first?
Yeah, we're gonna do a Thanksgiving
We'll have
chat.
to have a pilgrim chat.
Yeah, we'll do a pilgrim chat.
Jim will have to be the Indian.
Julio had, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You just fired him up on that.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
Hey,
Oh my
did
God.
you see that they're making another Christmas story? It's actually Ralphie 40 years later.
Really?
I'm
Hey,
done.
Jim,
November
for the
17th.
thumbnail, I want you looking serious with that on and the teardrop coming down the cheek like the littering commercial.
Right.
I love that. People got so mad at me, and I'm like, no, it's not about pollution. It's about
With some slot
littering.
machines in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got to do the sumo guy too. When's the sumo holiday?
All day.
Day after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That's right.
It's too noisy for chats, though. You hear the fan.
I ate too much.
Yes, it's good.
Yes, it's perfect. Dragging a turkey from behind. Yes, on a rope. Yes.
Oh my gosh, there's dead deer all over the highways right now.
Everywhere. It's terrible.
Some of
They're
them are
getting
missing their
stupid
heads.
is what's happening. Those are coming in heat. Young bucks don't know what to do yet. And so that's why I drove out here before dark, because I knew it was going to get nuts out here after dark. They grow a lot of alfalfa out here, and there are deer everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Pat is already out of the mood. Oh, it's too bad, Pat. Look away, Pat.
I just a few more snorts of Woodford and you'll be in the mood.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I was telling Preacher he needs to come up, we'll take him to Cliffside and he can do a barbecue review.
Yeah.
They got good ribs.
They're not bad. Yeah.
Next time I'm coming through there, I'll time it out. They open in the evenings. Is that the best time to catch you?
Yeah,
work,
they're
or is it
open
Saturday?
like Wednesday through Sunday, something like that in the evenings. In the wintertime, they close on Mondays and Tuesdays. In the summertime, when it's tourist season around here, they're every day.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever head north, that's the way I go. So might be able to time it right where we hit there on the way back or something. Usually when I'm heading north, I go through there about 5 o'clock in the morning because I leave about 3:30. Try to get through.
Get past Kansas City before rush hour.
I like to get above Northwest Arkansas before they get busy and then hit Kansas City about the time it winds down.
My wish is McDonald brings back the McRib, and
They already did.
you do a thing on it.
Hey, I heard that they're saying this is the
This
last
is the
McRib.
last time they're going to do it. Yeah.
I bet that's a marketing ploy.
I've never had a McRib in my life.
I haven't either. I have no idea.
Oh, Twine has issues with it. It's called I Can't Wait Till They Come Back.
I can agree with Twine on that one.
Yeah, there for a while the riblets got real popular, and it's all that is the little tips off the vertebrae that they made those out of.
Wow.
People are like, these are good little ribs. I'm like, it's backbone. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had one.
Neither have I.
I got the camera in the truck. Maybe that's what I'll do Monday on my way home if I can't find a barbecue joint.
Go get a McRib.
Do a McRib.
Pickles and onions.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
About a half a gallon of barbecue sauce.
Johnny, 1982 sent me a text today. He had a sick raccoon in his backyard or somewhere. I don't know if it was in his yard, but I had to put one down here about a month ago. Was walking down the side of the road right below my house and just would walk in the ditch and walk in circles and walk back up. And I knew something was wrong with him. So I just reached in the glove box and put him down.
What was it? Friday, I had a fox at my Target out there, the Swinger.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen the fox for a while, and of course, it's a different one, but I was just having coffee and I'm rubbing my eyes and I open the blinds. And I'm like, that's a fox, big bushy tail, red, blonde.
Yeah.
And I'm like, son of a bitch. And so I go to get my camera and then he was gone. So I started a video where I went out and put up targets and I got his tracks and everything. But I hope to see him again. He was beautiful. Yeah.
Predator call. You probably call him right in.
Well, I saw a little tiny
chipmunk sound.
When I was plowing, I saw these tiny doggy tracks. I'm like, the neighbor doesn't have a tiny dog. And so something was up. And then I see him the next day in the backyard. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not much bigger than a cat. Foxes aren't that
No,
big.
they're not.
I see them all the time at Bella Vista.
They don't they won't attack cats, at least big cats, because cats fight back and they got claws. And Leon's half his size. Leon could put up a fight, so I don't think we have to worry about that.
They eat chipmunks and mice and
Rabbit.
the occasional rabbit if they can surprise.
Yeah, we had rabbit tracks. When I went out there, there was rabbit tracks and his tracks, so he was sniffing out the rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was beautiful, though. I couldn't shoot him. There's no way. He's gorgeous. Cute little poop.
Make you a stone.
Yeah.
My grandmother had a fox hole where the head was buttoned onto the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an old video where he jumps on the boulder, and man, they're just, I don't know. I don't think I could shoot one. They're just too good looking. I like them.
I shot one with the last one I shot was with a 30-06 and it blowed it up. I felt bad. I thought, I just wasted that thing. And I remember one time we were camping. I was probably 17 or 18, just back in the woods behind our house. And we just built a fire and sit out there till we fell asleep. Anyways, I woke up the next morning and I hear something rustling around. I look over there and there's a gray fox with his whole face buried in a bag of Fritos. And he's just pushing that bag of Fritos around trying to get to the bottom of it. And he got right over there by us. And there was a couple of us. We'd all woke up by then and we're looking at it. He backed up and shook that Frito sack off. And we were all setting up on our arms then looking at him. He freaked out, took off.
Wow. Pat, I hope I see the white weasel again. Oh, I hope I see him for Christmas. It'd be so awesome. And it looks like we got rabbits again. So that's what brings up the weasel. So hopefully I want to catch the weasel on camera again. He is awesome.
One of the first videos I remember watching from you was the weasel getting the rabbit.
Yeah.
After the fresh snow.
What are the odds on Christmas Day? I got the Christmas tree right there on Christmas Day, and I see a weasel, and then I cut and I pan again because I saw a rabbit, and the weasel comes over and boom, nails it. I mean, that's lucky as hell. I'd like to recapture that. Elvis Ammo got a kick out of that, and he put it on his video once. Yeah, him in the white.
Read it.
Yeah. Elvis liked that one a lot. I'll bring it back for Christmas. I'm going to do some old Christmas videos. Christmas safety tip of the day. Yeah, I'm going to add some more of those. New ones. So give me ideas, people. Christmas safety tip of the day.
Well, every time the turkeys come around, you need to have your wife do the gobble gobble, and you can cobble together a Thanksgiving video.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know why they come uphill in the snow, but they do. Now they're back. Haven't seen a white turkey yet, though. Just a medium.
We got millions of them in Northwest Arkansas. You want to see a white turkey? I'll take you to a house with 60,000 of them in there.
All right. Who is Duck U? Because we go back. He knows about this. Who is Duck U? He's been around a long time. If he knows what we're talking about.
Thank you.
And my wife's going, he's so little. And then all of a sudden he attacks that rabbit and just annihilates it. He took that thing out in 1 minute. That rabbit was gone.
It's amazing that when a predator gets a rabbit, it's just like they give up. It's like,
Yeah. No, he took that thing out and dragged it up the hill within a minute. I mean, it was
kind of like the chipmunk when it was in your cat's mouth. As soon as it sits it down.
Yeah, somebody else said that. Johnny mentioned me in the squirrel video. I'll have to go look at that.
Where's that? What?
Did he ever butcher those pigs that he bought? He bought those 3 piglets and made a pen, and the next day they had that whole pen turned. And he was like, "Oh man, look at that!" I'm like, "You know what?"
Yeah. Oh, Johnny, I got tickled. He did those chicken videos, raising all them chickens, you know. He knew nothing about chickens, but he went and got him a whole bunch of them.
Oh, they became pets.
I want to do that just for the eggs, but then I got to build a wall. I got to build a prison for them. Otherwise they'll get eaten.
2.5 hour video. JRB did a 2.5 hour video on cooking squirrel and dumplings.
Oh, the first time has to be a disaster.
People screw up on dumplings. They'll add them to the broth. Then they want to stir them. And they just fall apart.
Yeah, you got to let them sit on top. My mom used to make them, yeah. Yeah, and you fill the whole thing with them and just let them be the top. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my mom made good dumplings. Yeah.
Johnny's dumplings don't look like yours.
Preacher, do you ever cheat and just use canned biscuits?
I have. I like Bisquick dumplings, just to be honest with you. I mix them up and I drop them in there with a spoon.
Hey, Bisquick is handy. Yeah, I forgot about Bisquick. That's handy stuff.
My grandmother would do Bisquick dumplings, but she would take a paper sack, put flour in it like she's going to bread chicken, and get all the dumplings in there, and then that way she could add them all to the broth at the same time.
Wow, Mark, that's amazing. I can just open the door and see a squirrel, but then they run. Yeah.
I got a backyard full of squirrels.
I've got them thicker. You know, I shot those 6 last week.
Yeah.
And I shot all those within an hour. Well, less than an hour, probably. I mean,
yeah.
I sat on the porch and drank coffee most of the morning.
I've probably turtle popped 10 off a bird feeder this summer.
Yeah, see, ours aren't tree squirrels, so they run along the boulders, and you got to watch out for ricochets. So they all have to be headshots. Yeah.
Well,
I
you
shot
got
all mine in the head.
ground squirrels.
Shoot them in the head, you don't have to eat the brains.
That's right. Minnie gets the brains, though. Yeah. Minnie always eats the brains. I know which cat is eating what because Minnie takes the brain. Leon eats everything. Yeah.
my mom would quarter a squirrel. She would cut the hind end off and then split it into 2 legs. And then she'd take her knife and just split the spine and leave the ribs and everything and fry it that way. I just quarter the shoulders off.
Yeah.
There's decent back meat on there, but it isn't much.
Yeah, if you're going to fry it, your 4 quarters are the best. But if you're going to pull it for dumplings, you're easier just to throw the whole squirrel in crock pot.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that rib meat pulls off, no problem if you're going to slow
Just
cook it.
debone it out. I do it in a pressure cooker for about an hour.
That'll do it. I stick it in the crock pot and put it on the front porch. That way my house don't smell like squirrel when I get done.
It seems like a pain in the butt for how much meat you get.
If you're good at skinning them, if you get pretty proficient, the key to it is don't shoot 2. You want to shoot 6 or 8 or 10.
Yeah.
Then you get in a routine, and then when I cook them all right then. And then I pull all the meat off right then, and then I vacuum seal it in 1 pound bags.
My business partner has those squirrel skinners that hang from a tree and has the 2 little forks that you put over the legs. That makes it a lot easier because squirrels do have some tight britches.
That's right. That's what I use. Squirrel skin and buddy. They make them up there in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where my dad got me mine for Christmas.
Yeah, I was told by the neighbors, don't eat the ground squirrels. They got different whatever diseases or whatever, and just the small rabbits are good, but not the big ones. What do you call them? Jackrabbits.
Jackrabbits.
You can eat cottontails, but don't eat the jackrabbits.
Yeah, they said don't eat the jackrabbits around here, and the squirrels can be infested with different things, so don't eat those either. I don't know if it's
now the snowshoe hare, you can eat them, but they're also illegal to hunt anyway.
The jackrabbits, though, they're like aliens. They are so cool. They oh man, they're so cool. They're just fun to watch. I wouldn't eat one though, because they say don't do it.
Well, after, you're not supposed to eat a cottontail until after you've had 2 freezes to get rid of whatever the worms that are under the skin. But I couldn't tell you about jackrabbits.
They're like little dogs. I think I have video of one at the licking wall. They are just so cool, and I haven't seen them for a long time because we have jackrabbit roundup around here for the farmers or whatever. So I haven't seen them. They must have been annihilated for a few years.
Well,
I forgot the ratio. It's something like 7 jackrabbits eat as much grass as 1 cow. There's some kind of ratio farmers have. And if you got a whole bunch of jackrabbits, it cuts down on your cattle. I don't remember that number.
We literally have a jackrabbit roundup day. So everyone goes out and just rounds them up and shoots them. Yeah.
Yeah. In Texas,
Well,
it's
we didn't
legal.
round them up and shoot them. We chased them into a pen and clubbed them to death.
In Texas, it's legal to spotlight varmints at night. And we drove around and shot jackrabbits for hours with 22 Magnum and a spotlight. But the rancher was like, that's part of the deal. Y'all get the property, but you got to kill all the jackrabbits you see.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they're destructive because they have a day for it here.
Yeah.
I'd like to get in on that. That would be fun. Just popping them with like a Foxtrot 45.
There's 3 things they hate out here where I'm at. It's jackrabbits, badgers, and porcupines. None of which do we have 4 hours the other direction at my house. But in West Oklahoma, they hate jackrabbits, porcupines, and badgers. You don't have to have permission. You don't have to ask. You don't even have. If you see one of those 3, you just shoot it, and everybody says thank you.
Shoot your porcupine, you got bobbers for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I shot a porcupine one time, and I was going to get those off there, and I never did. And that was when I was in Texas. Last time I was out at this place, I saw a badger, and I was wanting to shoot it. And the guy's like, I don't think we have permission to do that. And they got back to church, and he was like, "You don't have to have permission to kill a badger," because that's kind of what I thought. But he's new here, and I didn't want to get him in trouble.
Well,
Yeah,
our friends quit going to West Texas hunting blue quail because the porcupines got so bad. Dogs are losing eyes and
Really,
vet visits, and because they'll get to sniffing around the porcupine, they'll just slap them with their tail, and all of a sudden you got a dog with a face full of quills.
Yep.
And that hunt's over.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if we have porcupines here, maybe up north, but we had them in Washington. They chewed up the outhouse at the camping ground.
They're the largest rodent in North America, aren't they? The porcupines.
Are they a rodent?
Yeah, they're a rodent.
Yeah, coyotes don't stand a chance. They hate them around here. Yeah, no chance.
Growing up, we never saw groundhogs. I never saw a groundhog growing up, but God Almighty, they have proliferated.
They same here. I never saw one growing up. Now I see them all the time.
Yeah, we got groundhogs, that's for sure, and they hate them. Oh yeah.
And the armadillos made it to Central Arkansas, I guess, about the 90s, and they're all the way up here nowadays. That's something else you don't have to ask permission to shoot in Texas is armadillos, because all the dang holes they dig, and they'll dig holes out in the middle of the pasture.
Yeah.
Yep, shoot any coyote, pig. Yep.
I know. I got a poor neighbor. He lives in a community where they have rules, gated community.
Kind of like crank.
You can't shoot, and they're right by me. I mean, everyone else can shoot. And so he has to use a pellet gun so the neighbors don't know about it, because the groundhogs are eating up his farmland, just tearing it up.
I tell you what, those Utah air guns, they're like shooting a rifle.
Yeah. He's got a high-end air gun for sure. But we have one neighbor that, what was that noise? Was that in their community, if he hears fire, he's like, somebody shooting on our community. He's a liberal doctor, son of a bitch, but it doesn't matter for me. I'm not in that community, so me and the other neighbors drive him nuts by blowing up.
Is that the group you can see from your house if you stand just right and look across the valley?
It's that brown shed on the hillside.
Yes.
Oh, I've been in that house. It is gorgeous, but he is total libtard. Yeah. Mm. And we drive him nuts all the time. Bam, 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 AKs and shit. Oh yeah. Screw you. We're not in your community, bitch. Yeah, never belong to a community, people. They have rules. And that's
it
not
takes a village, doesn't it?
Hmm?
It takes a village, right? If you're in a community.
Yeah, and people buy it because they have a gate and everything. It's all secure. And they pay 3 times as much. And no, you're not in Utah. You might as well be in California or something.
Well, in these states that have these crazy POA laws like Florida, the developers, they make some money off developing the property, but they make real long-term money off the POA dues.
Yeah.
And fines.
Yeah.
Thorzax, I am about 4 hours from home in West Oklahoma, and I'm staying at a church. They got a little room up here with a bed and a bathroom in it. So there's no motels in this town.
Well, James, skip a 300 blackout off his back, James. Come on, do the video.
Yeah, a little zinc.
Cake ready?
Just about.
You know how to catch, James? You can catch an armadillo in a box trap. You just get you a 2x6 or a 1x6 and stake it in the yard and angle it toward your box trap and put your box trap near a fence. And that armadillo will just go along. He'll hit your board and he'll go right into your trap. You got some scrap lumber laying around, a couple of 3 10-foot 1x6s. You stretch you out a 30-foot, 6-inch tall fence. Just stake it out. Put your box trap at the end. That armadillo go right in it.
Then you got to get him out. And then 1-inch claws.
That's easy. Tie a rope onto it and throw it in a pond. Come back in 20 minutes.
The possums are the ugliest, though. Oh yeah.
Oh, but that's the sweet meat.
They are ugly.
With some possum salt, that's all you need.
Some possum
Just skim-
pate. Jim loved that.
Just skim the grease off the top as you're cooking them.
Well,
Yeah, none of us are brave
sent
enough
you
to
that.
open the possum pate.
yeah, I'd sent Jim that can of possum pate. It's sat in there for 2 years. Nobody's afraid to open it. And then when
I'm like-
everybody was at your house, I'm like, they're going to break that out. Somebody.
No, I'm like,
I
dude,
was
that's
afraid
cat
to do it.
food. Jim had all these cans of cat food, and that possum pate was the exact same can as all that cat food. I'm like, I ain't eating that. It's cat food with a label on it.
It was just relabeled. That was so fun. That was so fun. I still have that in the reloading room, the can under the princess.
I'm not Mad Maxing for the heck of it.
No.
Mad Max eating that can of Alpo.
We should have had Preacher. We should have had the cats try it.
Smelling of it and walking away.
And Leon would be gacking on the carpet. Leon, blah, blah. Oh, that would have been funny.
Anybody watch the Tennessee Georgia game?
No.
I did not.
I didn't watch anything today.
Who won?
I have no idea. I was hoping somebody could tell me.
Well, Google it.
If Jamie's still in the side chat, he'll be on here. Well, he may not be. He may be crying. Who knows?
When in doubt, just Google it.
I got the ESPN app. Alabama 15, LSU 14.
Is that the final?
No, it is 12 minutes left in the fourth.
That's Alabama, though, Idaho.
Yeah, but they're
Alabama,
playing at
LSU.
LSU. But they're playing at LSU. There's a chance.
Georgia won, somebody said.
Georgia 27, Tennessee 13.
Georgia might be the real deal, y'all.
Florida smoked A&M 41-24.
Hey, everybody has smoked A&M this year except Arkansas.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, rub it in.
Just had to throw that out there.
I quit following them about 5 years ago.
Utah beat Arizona.
That's Utah State.
No, Utah 14 beat Arizona 31-10.
The Utes?
The Utes.
Yes.
Number
You know
4.
what sucks is I can't even get the Utes on TV sometimes. That sucks. You can't even watch
How
it.
about BYU and Boise State? They played today.
Oh, that's in the third quarter, 31-10. It's not a final. Notre Dame is beating Clemson 28-0.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think anybody saw that coming.
I wonder if the Utes were playing the starter quarterback because he was.
Pitt beat Syracuse. So, yeah, all these ranked teams losing today.
Huh. Yeah, I just get pissed when I can't watch your own team on TV because it's not. They don't show it sometimes. At least on Dish. I thought only Utah State was on TV. That's why I thought it was Utah State.
It's not on TV, but that was the score. South Carolina and Vanderbilt's on. Auburn, Mississippi State. LSU, Alabama. Louisville versus James Madison. I don't know why that's on ESPN.
One point. Oof.
Oh, geez.
That hurts. All right, where's Tin Man? Is he home? Did he get stuff done?
He
What?
said he had to give the girls a bath, so
His wife said he had chores to do.
That was an hour ago. I mean, what is this? Come on. Boom, boom, bang, pow. You know, prison shower, wash him down, done.
Prison shower.
The fire hose. Yeah, boom, bang, pow. Easy.
I saw a
the
real.
kids they've been pampered all day anyways. They're probably not even dirty.
I know. Tin Man probably lights candles and does the potpourri and the bubbles and makes a big thing out of it. Yes. Yeah.
I saw a reel that was funny. It says, "Yeah, I got a buddy. It doesn't work. He works out a couple times a day, reads 2 books a week, has sex 2 or 3 times a week, but he's always complaining about prison."
Always complaining about prison.
Yeah, it's all perspective.
All right, folks. Pam's got the cake frosted, so I gotta go eat my chocolate cake.
All right.
Good night, Idaho.
She did.
Hey, I will hang on. I will hang on to these 224 Valkyries for you.
Well, if you got something to work trade, I'll trade with you.
Okay.
I got everything, so just tell me what you want.
Okay.
Well, okay. Tell Pam, good job doing the brass and making you a cake at the same time.
Hey, she not only made a cake, she did this all on her own.
Yes.
I'm not going to shoot him. She is, but
But you'll eat the cake.
Now if she outshoots you.
What's that?
If she outshoots you, you got to wear the broad breaker or whatever, broad buster.
I'll take that bet. I'll take that
all day long.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right. Good night. Good night, Idaho.
We'll see you, man.
Oddball Stuff is here. Hey, Oddball Stuff, how's it going? How you doing? Yeah, okay, I got a question. Was that your company truck or your truck? All right. Just say yes or no. Oh, garage guy. All right, that's good. Yeah, I know you complained that it was too lightweight and didn't feel like a regular gun, but that's kind of what I like about it. It's light. You can pack it with 15, 16 rounds, and I like it. I just like that gun. I'm not a huge Taurus guy, but they're really doing good. Yeah. So
I don't know about those Raging Bulls, but they sure do look cool. Those big old Raging Bull revolvers.
It's going good, and both. What do you mean both? That's both the company truck and your truck. What?
Yes, his truck is the company truck.
Oh, Mrs. Tin Man is here.
Mrs. Tin Man, give him hell.
He didn't give him best. He's using excuses.
Quit screwing around. Put the phone down.
He's using the girls as an excuse not to come on the chat. Oh my gosh.
He's watching TikToks is what he's doing.
Okay, while you're here, Mrs. Tin Man, does he do potpourri and candles when he gives the girls a bath and bubble baths and do the full salon experience or what? All right, just had to ask.
Has he fixed the squeaky door? That's the other thing.
Tin Man got exposed. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, he ain't coming on now, is he?
I know it. I knew he had a bucket of.
Cranky may come on now.
He had a bucket of excuses. Ah. He wants-
That's hilarious.
I love it. I love this. Yes. The more stuff I can get on Tin Man, the better. Oh, yes.
I can hear him now. Oh, geez.
I got to thinking maybe one of the kids threw their toys through the window again.
Okay, Oddball Stuff did a video on the new, what do they call it? Econo, whatever, the new Ford truck. What do you call it? The economy gas thing. EcoBoost. All right. And he was complaining compared to the 2017 was awesome. And this one, you know, this and that and all that. So I replied to him. I said, back in the day, trucks weren't supposed to be comfortable, and the only boost was on your CB radio, and you have to roll down the windows manually.
Yeah. Or
And
crack
then
the
I told him,
triangle.
and yeah, he's in this cushy new truck, and I'm like, come on down, and I'll take you down a pothole country road with a camper springs on the truck, and then we'll see what you're bitching about. Yeah.
Or hear the gas slosh in the tank behind the seat.
No, I don't have a tank behind the seat. That was the older.
My grandpa's old F-100. You'd hear the gas.
Yeah, the old square bodies. Yeah. Which was nice. You can get to the. I like that because you can get to the tank real easy, swapping it or whatever. But you're sitting right behind the gasoline. That's not good. Especially if you got a cigarette lighter and you smoke. Oh yeah.
I remember my parents' old square body. You could start it and then take the key back out. So before my parents would go out of town for the weekend, I'd go out there and turn the ignition just a little bit and take the key back out and put it in my mom's purse. Then I could start it with no key and drive it as long as I didn't turn it all the way back off. Then I'd have to have a key to get home. And I'd drive that thing all over town when I was 14, just like never turn it off or never turn the key completely back. That was an 80. What was that? An 82 model, I think. Chevy.
Uh-oh. Guess who's here? The spa man himself.
You have some splaining to do, Lucy.
Do you know what the best kind of potpourri is? Liquid ass spray on cast bullets.
He sounds like his feelings have been hurt.
No.
Oh,
I said I'm going to potpourri my foot in his ass.
you've been exposed, buddy. Your wife called you out.
I helped.
You helped? What? You stood in the door and encouraged her while she did it? Doing
Yeah,
good,
I watched them splash water all over her and laughed.
But you don't do candles and potpourri and the whole experience like in a nice hotel?
No, I watched TikTok and drank wine.
Rosé.
So how's it going, Tin Man?
Wonderful. How about you?
Pretty good.
I think he's in the bathroom giving him a bath right now, like he was told to.
No, he's sitting on the prison toilet downstairs.
Yeah, that's the splashing you hear is the prison toilet.
Dropping some bricks.
Cracking the porcelain.
Mm.
I didn't do anything today. Not well. I know I cleaned guns today. That was it.
Mm.
You should have come to my house. I would carrying all that heavy crap down those stairs.
Dude, I would have helped you set that reloading room up. That looks awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
I made shelves and refinished that powder table I use, and about 40 trips up and down the stairs.
Dude, you know if I live close to you, I'd be over there all the time hoping you do that crap.
I know
Yeah,
you would.
it's nice to start fresh, start over. Yeah.
I know. I reload in the dungeon. You got a safe room.
It's quiet in there, let me tell you. 8 inches of concrete all the way around. Yeah, it's quiet in there.
Uh-oh, James just got himself an armadillo with the 12 gauge just now. Could have done that live. Damn it.
I hear if you cook them low and slow, they taste pretty good.
Possum on the half shell.
Yep. You can take them, put them on a fire ant hill, and then a couple of days later take that hull and shellac it, make you a nice nut bowl. Put your walnuts and pecans in there.
Make you an army helmet.
Wouldn't it be like a lobster? They have the same kind of shell.
Just like a thick leather.
It's the down south seafood. Armadillo.
Armadillo crab cakes.
Yep. That's the only animal that carries leprosy in North America.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Really?
That's right. I forgot about that.
That's no joke. I ain't just making that up.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
They can transmit leprosy.
So James could be a leper tonight.
The same way you transmit monkeypox. Just watch yourself. You'll be all right.
He does the video. Hello, James here, and he's got wrap around his hands, reloading. Oh yeah.
I saw a guy. He had shot a mangy looking old coyote, and he was holding it up, real proud of it. Getting his picture taken, and everybody was saying congratulations. And I said, congratulations, you both have fleas. Because if you pick up a coyote this time of year, you just got fleas on you somewhere.
Yeah,
Mm.
man.
Yeah.
You got to wait till it's snow on the ground before you go doing that.
Oh, man. I knew a guy used to trap, had a great big beard, and he got to trapping bobcats, and he said he shaved his beard off because he got fleas in there and couldn't get them out.
Oh,
He had a big old thick black beard, and he said if you couldn't get all the fleas out of it.
packet full of mayo like a kid with nits.
I called him Seven Dust for a long time because I told him he's putting Seven Dust in his beard. It started getting gray.
Leopardillos.
Leopardillos, yeah.
Leave it where it is, James. Dig the hole. Boom. Boom, bang,
Just
pow.
a little side of the road, nobody can tell the difference.
Throw the
Right,
neighbor's
lay it out
yard.
there in the street.
Put it in the mailbox.
I'll never forget seeing a cat that'd been ran over by a car and somebody had a cardboard sign that said free cat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. That's so bad.
See, we
When I
have
was in college- when I was in college, that was a thing in Fayetteville to put the free cat signs out.
Oh, man.
we got comedians up here too. There was a dead deer on the side of the road, and somebody tied a "Get Well Soon" balloon onto one of its legs.
Oh.
Somebody ran over a buck because the head was cut off. There was a
Yeah.
whole bloated deer in the neck, and then it was chopped off. I was like,
Two
"Must
rednecks
have
and a
horns."
top
Somebody
off.
took that one home.
Hell of a rack. 4 of the
It just-
tines are stuck in the grill, but we're gonna take it home anyways.
Oh, man.
The knife guys will go cut the horns off, but they'll leave the head.
Funny. Johnny said he burned that raccoon that had distemper. I don't blame you, man. When a coon gets that weird disease where they don't fear people and they just walk in circles and they can't think, they're weird. I mean, I've seen it a couple of 3 times. Man, it creeps me out.
Yep.
Okay, oddball stuff.
Dude, I was push mowing our lawn on our farm when I was a kid, and I had a raccoon come at me with a push mower going. I knew exactly what was going on, so I dropped it, took off sprinting to the house, and told Dad. He went out there with a 12 gauge. I don't know if he found it or not. I never heard a shot.
Just turn the mower up at him.
I said, "I'm not I'm done mowing. Nope, no thanks."
Oh. Yeah, just lean the mower up forward and.
That was like 10.
Then you'd have to unwrap the coon from the mower.
Yeah, that would have been blood splatter all over me and the mower.
Oh man. Well, fellers, I'm gonna run. I got stuff to do tonight.
I'm gonna take a couple of Advil and go to bed.
All right, let's just kill it here. What is the date today? I think I'm good on hours.
Today's the 5th because tomorrow's my birthday.
Yeah, tomorrow your hours reset.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's your
Happy
birthday.
birthday! Wow,
Happy birthday.
All right, didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday, man!
Thank you. Thank you. Just don't let Big know. He'll send you perverted stuff in the mail.
You don't want some dick targets?
You want some coloring books? You want some coloring books? Oh my God!
He needs an apron, Tin Man.
Hey, I drew one in the concrete. I drew one in the concrete patio out there when we poured it.
So your wife won't wear that apron on camera?
My wife don't want to be on camera, period. I doubt she's wearing it on camera. What I've decided to do is divide them up so they last longer. So I have one nice one that's still folded up in the closet. Then I got one hanging in the kitchen that I wear. And so I haven't done a video since I got it in the kitchen, but I'll probably do some cooking stuff. As soon as I shoot a deer, I'll do some deer videos, cooking videos.
It's not like they're high quality aprons. I mean, they're just, I don't know. I picked them up and I said, man, I got an idea with these. My sister has a Cricut.
I think it's great, man. I think it's great. It'll probably cost me 12 subscribers or more.
That's what I was thinking. That one might not be monetized.
Oh man. Well, you guys have a good evening. Good to see you. Hadn't seen y'all in a while. I'm going to be on the road quite a bit, so I may not see you again for a while. But till next time, y'all keep it classy.
All right, Harold, be safe.
Thanks
Take care,
for coming
Preacher.
on. Have a good one. And Ozark, yeah, take care, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll just cut her down right here, and everyone can go on with their lives.
When do you think you're going to start pulling the handle, Marvin?
Well, probably tomorrow evening. I've got to chamber check that 6R, and then I'll drop those those factory bullets. I'll have to drop them back just a hair, about 2 thou, so they won't hit my lands. And I don't know what I'll get in there and work up first. Probably some 44 mag for that contender.
Oh yeah, get that contender going. Yeah, dude, I'd be itching to shoot that one.
Yeah. I got about 11 pounds of unique. That ought to last me for a minute.
I saw that jug you had hanging up. I'm like, man, that's awesome. I'm jealous.
Floyd Hicks is here. I'm sorry, Floyd. Damn it. Unless I mentioned you before, I'm brain dead. I can't remember.
Everybody in the side chat, we appreciate you.
Yep. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week. And everyone have a good Sunday and have fun.
Don't forget to turn your clocks back tonight.
Oh, that is tonight.
At least we gain an hour, so that's good.
Yeah, we could have an 11-hour chat and make it happen live
And
on
make
air.
it only 10.
Doesn't StreamYard cut you off after 8 hours? Because the Halloween chat
Well, they
was
do-
2+ hours.
I don't know. I saw that chat. I was like,
you got the hours. I don't know why they cut you off.
No,
That was
they
ridiculous.
let us go 10+ hours on StreamYard, which is really weird. So we got away with one last week.
yeah. I woke. It was like 6:30. You guys ended the live chat here. I was like, holy crap! These guys are animals.
Yeah, I got
Ozark
up.
got up and showered.
Yeah, I was drinking coffee. I fired up YouTube to watch Vice Grip Garage, and y'all were still gone. I was like, holy crap.
And then I was pulling horns off my head. Yes, in the morning.
Your video where you had those horns on your nipples, I thought Twine was going to pee on herself. So she laughed and laughed and laughed, said the struggle is real.
I love the prop. I love
It's important to keep them warm.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right, everyone in the side chat, we love you. We love you, and we'll see you next week. And have a good one. Until next time, and
Good night.